Good morning, friends. This is Wayne on One Sober to Another. Today's daily reflection, removing threats to sobriety. Let's get after it. All right, friends, here we go. Removing threats to sobriety, except when to do so would injure them or others. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 59. Step 9 restores in me a feeling of belonging, not only to the human race, but also to the everyday world. First, the step makes me leave the safety of AA so that I may deal with non-AA people on their terms, not mine. It is a frightening but necessary action if I'm able to get back into life. Second, step 9 allows me to remove threats to my sobriety by healing past relationships. Step 9 points the way to a more serene sobriety by letting me clear away my wreckage, lest it bring me down. I read that poorly, but here's the lesson in this for me today. Removing threats to sobriety. I told you in yesterday's daily reflection, September is all about step 9, where I make direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others, right? So in Alcoholics Anonymous, if that's your thing, if you go to AA meetings, or even if you don't and you're used to the safety net of your own environment, your own home, you're used to the normal things that are said around you and what you see on a normal basis. In step 9, when you make direct amends to those people, you have to step outside of your comfort zone. For me, I would have to step outside of my comfort zone and not only contact them, but in some cases just kind of show up. Now, that would be considered, disturbing their livelihood. However, the attempt to make the amends is a point that is valid and that is a benefit to removing any threats to you staying sober. For me, it meant, cleaning up the wreckage of my past by telling someone face to face, preferably, and if not, you can do it through a letter or a phone call or an email in these fine days of technology. Not in the hopes of them forgiving you, but you also asking for forgiveness for the harm that you have caused. Now, a lot of us may be hesitant to approach a person simply because we feel that they harmed us in some way. But as that sits inside as a resentment and it builds and it grows, it becomes a threat to the sobriety that you have, be it one day or, 5 years or 10 years. So it is important to safeguard that sobriety that you've earned through your daily actions and activities, but you have to be able to step outside of the comfort zone in order to make those happen. Not everyone is going to accept your amends, like we talked about, in my video, Making Amends, but you have to be willing, I had to be willing to attempt to make those amends anyway, except when to do so would injure them, or others. Because that's important. You may be walking into a place where someone's already established within their own household, and your amends to them is, I'm sorry I effed your husband, or I'm sorry I effed your wife, or I'm sorry that I did this or that. And in some cases, you're bringing up something in their life that could potentially destroy what they have going on. And that's not the intent of the amends. The amends is to clear your side of the road and to, be able to move forward and let go of those burdens in a constructive way. Because you're not relieved of what you've done. You are asking for forgiveness and forgiving others. regardless if you get it or not from them, because that's not the intent, like I said. But if you are to remove these threats to your sobriety, you have to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. And that's really what I take away from today's daily reflection for September 6th. Leave your interesting comments below, because I'm quite certain that a lot of you have been holding on to a question of whether you should make an amends or not. Allow Step 9 to guide you through that if AA is your thing. If not, put it in simple terms. Do I need to ask for forgiveness from this person for something that I've done in my drinking history or in my history as an addict? Or should I leave this alone because it's going to disrupt their livelihood? Now, your sobriety is the most important thing that you have, because that is the basis of everything in your newfound freedom. Allow these daily reflections to resonate with you, and whatever decisions you decide to go forward with. If you need some help, reach out for help. If you have a sponsor, call your sponsor. If you don't have a sponsor and you want one, raise your hand and ask for one. And, DM me and we'll see what we can work out. Now, I don't recommend long distance sponsoring. But that's a whole topic for another video. I'm about to go off on a tangent a little bit. So just keep it in mind that you have to get rid of the things in your life that are going to be a threat to your sobriety, people, places, and things. And one of the ways to do that is to work your Step 9, making those direct amends wherever possible. And just move forward with that burden lifted off of you, and you no longer have that as something that can affect, your sobriety, but your life, because that's what this is now. Your living sober is your new life, and you have to protect it. I have to protect mine. And the way I do that is, making my amends wherever possible. And if someone accepts it, that's an awesome day. And that's an awesome success in my battle and recovery. I am a recovering alcoholic. I drank for 23 years, and I'm going to do everything I can to protect it. And I hope you will do the same. If you're not sober and you're looking for an answer, this might be helpful for you. It may not. Reach out. There are plenty of links below, and we'll see you in the next one. And I hope you all have an amazing Sunday. And I hope you've gotten something from today's daily reflections. One sober to another, and I'll see you.